In the inspect step, which is the start of any inquiry in my model, students actually take an important role. I've written in this blog post from TED Ed about the process, and I've also included the process. I'll walk you through it on the next slide. And this link will take you to a template of a blank textbook, and you can see all the pink parts are what you would fill in about your class. So the idea that I came up with, and I've tried it for many years now with great success, is I've created a whole textbook section about my students. I say that we're writing a textbook about education at the turn of the century, and this textbook section is about 8th grade, and can you check it for me and see if it's accurate? And this involves a lot of patience, of waiting for them to figure out what's happening. And then, of course, a debrief is important so that they don't walk away thinking that this was an intentional slight or something like that. So it starts with a survey, and all of the steps are on this slide. The template is really easy to just insert and make any changes that you want. It's always important to include a couple of boys, because that is often what our textbooks do, is they'll include one woman or one Black person or one Native American as an example for all the people at the time. And so that leads to some conversations with students. So a student might say, how does it, you can ask them, how does it feel to be left out? And when they say, how come you didn't include all of the boys? Why do you make it sound like that? And I say, well, I already have one boy in there, and I can just, infer about other boys based on him. And so it's an experience that students have of being left out, which leads them to ask a lot of questions and wonder about other things that are left out. So I would ask you, in your curriculum, in your activities with students, how can you find balance and figure out who's missing, and who am I speaking of as heroes? Who are the people who are passive? How can you do that by throwing things out of balance, which is really what this activity does.